Why would I ever want to get to know you? Everything that you've said has led me to believe that I would never, ever, ever enjoy being in your presence. No, thank you. All right, welcome back to the party, everybody. I am your host, Lutch, aka the Indian Jesus, here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. Let's party! We got a new episode of It's Complicated. Let's do it.
Is there a difference between the dating advice for men versus the dating advice for women?
Yeah, I would say yes.
Isn't the dating advice for men typically how to seduce a woman and get her into bed, while the dating advice for women is usually how to get a man into a relationship, get him to commit and treat you right?
100%. So that's the game. The game is the men are the gatekeepers of relationships and women are the gatekeepers of sex. So what men are trying to accomplish is to get sex. What women are trying to accomplish is be in a relationship.
Yeah, I'd say generally that would be it, yes.
I feel like that's the objective for both sexes, right? Men typically go for sex and women typically go for money.
You've heard like seduce their mind first. Like women, we can end up with like a 5, right? But if he has like a personality, he has all these other things, like you see like average Joes all the time with fine ass women, right?
Yeah, because they have money.
So if you're advising them to just be genuine, like get to know the woman, like don't be so greasy. Like there is more to us than our bodies, that like get to know our mind, right? But with us, I don't know, like our advice, it's kind of changing now because women are more independent and, you know, it used to be like, find a rich man, like find, you know, whatever, but.
And I was half joking when I said that, but it really is. It's not just money, but it's obviously that he's got something else. But you know, the reason that a woman would want to be in a relationship with a man, and generally the same across the board. Now you might have different preferences, but what would fulfill those preferences typically don't have too much of a different range.
It's way different now.
I feel like, especially in this generation, we just lost all compromise. We have so many unrealistic standards, so I think we're pretty much Can I say that on camera?
Not on my show, but I mean, she's right. She's right.
Well, how are men and women ever supposed to get together if they have completely different goals?
Opposites attract?
Do you think opposites attract or like minds?
Like minds. Both.
Ooh, do opposites attract or like minds? So I don't necessarily think it has to be one or the other. Obviously, it's a vague question, but like minds are definitely going to attract each other, but I'm definitely looking for like minds. Opposites attract, you know, that seems like it could be more fun. That seems like it could be more action, but also seems like it'd be more drama. Like minds, I want to mind meld with you. We're on the same page.
Isn't that a contradiction?
It is, but aren't women a contradiction of themselves?
Is there a difference between what women say that they want in a relationship and what they actually respond to?
Absolutely. I feel like women, we're just like we contradict by nature.
So can you trust a woman's dating advice?
Never. Gentlemen, never, ever, 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 ever take dating advice about women from women.
Like I said, it depends on who it comes from, because like we want a man we kind of want him to be aggressive. So it's hard to say.
Men should not be so aggressive. Don't come onto women so hard.
It's exactly what she just said. Don't take dating advice from women. What is she saying? Don't be aggressive. The other girl's like, oh, I want you to be aggressive.
I feel like women, though, should not be so... I feel like women should kind of let their guard down sometimes, even though men can be creeps. But I feel like women should loosen up, be more open, have more options.
What are your thoughts on dating coaches?
Dating coaches. I think that there's something to it, right? I think that they've taken the time to understand like psychology and dating and what works and what doesn't.
Okay, I have a bachelor's degree in psychology. I mean, I'm not going to steer you in the complete wrong direction, but that does not mean that you know how to date women.
Why are there virtually no dating coaches for women?
Because they don't need them. It's called Be Pretty. Somebody will hit you up.
That's a good question. I think mostly because women are the ones being pursued most of the time.
Because women think they know it all.
Maybe because women think
That's
we all
a good
have
point.
it figured out.
Because women
There you go. Yeah, 2 of them said it, not me.
are emotional creatures. They're fucking crazy.
Because women are always jealous. They're always, sorry, Lily, women are always jealous of each other for some odd reason. Like, if they want to give a woman advice, it's usually advice that they need to take themselves.
Ooh, when women give advice, it's usually advice they need to take themselves. I would venture to say that that's actually true for a lot of people in general, but spot on, spot on.
Is there a difference between what women say that they want in a relationship and what they actually respond?
Yes. do not pay attention to what women say. Well, that's not what I mean. But pay way more attention to what they do than what they say. Because what they say is what they're supposed to say. And what they do shows their true colors.
Yes.
So can you trust a woman's dating advice?
No.
Sometimes they say what they want when it's not really what they need.
I think maybe women should be more upfront right away so they're not wasting their time or leading the guy on if he has other intentions.
What are your thoughts on the following expression? You don't ask a fish how to catch a fish, you ask a fisherman.
Stupid.
Of course you think it's stupid. How many fish has that fish caught? That fisherman, though, oh, he's a pro.
That's the best analogy I've heard.
I mean, the fish isn't going to tell you how to catch them. So you have to be skilled at what you want. So if you're the fisherman, you know how to, like, you know, put the moves out there, you know, like you're skilled in what you want to get.
It's obviously a good analogy, but you see how, like, that's something I don't like. No, that's stupid. Like, come on, do better.
If there's somebody out there for everyone, why do some men seem invisible to women while other guys seem to get all the girls?
Because you need to step your game up.
Is it true most women only have eyes for the top percentile of men?
100%.
What advice would you give to a man who feels invisible to women?
I would say he needs to look at what he's doing in life and not just financially, but maybe his appearance, maybe he's not showering, maybe he's not trying to, you know, look good in his clothing. Like, to me, I'm personally attracted to if you look your best. It doesn't really matter if you're not like a 10 out of a 10, but if you at least try to look your best, you're groomed, you know, I don't really go for the bank account first, you know.
So, I mean, what she's saying here, I don't know what kind of convention this is, but, you know, the whole 80-20 rule is generally true when it comes to swiping and online dating and stuff. But if we're just out in the world and you can put yourself together, you can speak with confidence, that's usually enough to at least get you going. That's at least enough to start a conversation. From there, it's all about who you are as a person. But the simple basic things that you can do, shave, I need to shave, but shave, take a shower, brush your hair, put on clean clothes, match your shoes to your shirt, something like that. These little things, they do actually matter a lot. And while the 80-20 rule absolutely does apply for online dating isn't the end all be all.
I would definitely say just be yourself and be confident. Just because, like, don't let your heart go cold because somebody out here will appreciate you and what you have to offer.
The caveat there being if you're a woman.
When a man is confident, when he's like, I know what I want, this is what we're doing, this is where we're going, this is how it's going to be, he's going to attract girls because naturally, like, we want to be submissive.
A lot of women like
So apparently now women naturally want to be submissive. No, of course they do. Of course they do. It's only very few of them who will actually admit it.
men to bring out their femininity. And in order to do that, a man approaching a woman helps them let them be at ease and in their femininity instead of having the woman approach the man.
Exactly. If you step into your role, it allows her to more easily step into her role.
Have the most confident men ultimately met your expectations?
No.
So why are women so fixated on a confident man?
Well, confidence is key because you seem more sure of yourself, like you have it all figured out, but it needs to stay like that.
And that's the thing, is like they're not any better. In fact, most of the time the confident men are way worse than these like nice guys.
So maybe looking for confidence is not only not a good signal, but because it can be easily faked. Not easily, but definitely can be faked. And there's not only that, but on top of all that, there's the very thin line between ego and confidence. And I would argue that women are not very good at telling the difference between the two when they are probably worlds apart. So the difference between a guy having an ego and a guy being a genuinely confident guy, those are not the same dudes. Those are not the same dudes.
So it really just comes down to you being just like sure of yourself, if you know like you have something to offer.
Well, why are women so attracted to confidence if confident men often come with toxic qualities?
That's a great question. I actually love that question. Honestly, I think that it's the toxic qualities that sometimes bring confidence.
A lot of men.
That's wrong. Not that you can't have confident men that are not good men, but the confidence that they are attracted to can be confidence as they see it, or it can be confidence as they see it, but it's actually ego, and they're not really confident.
And go after baddies and they're insecure and not confident and then can't handle it. So go marry an ugly woman if that's the case.
Have the most confident men ultimately met your expectations?
Absolutely, just because the confidence is from within and that energy is felt. So it's just like it's like a reflection of what you give out.
Okay, so this girl's been on point. So she says yes. It says to me that she probably has a better understanding of people in general, and she can maybe better tell the difference between confidence and strict ego.
Why do women often choose to make lists of what they want in a relationship rather than what they bring to the table?
Do they though?
Did she, first of all, she just stole my line. Do they though? Do they though? Of course they do. He's got to be 6 feet tall. He's got to make 6 figures a year. He's got to be this. He's got to be that. He's got to be kind. He's got to be funny. He wants me to cook, but I don't. The lists go on and on and on. What are you talking about, lady?
It could go both ways, but it's always been in society where the man has to be the man in the relationship. That's why I want him to be the bigger person, the one to bring everything to the table.
Toxic masculinity, though.
Well, I mean, don't a lot of women say they want like a guy who's 6 feet tall and 6 figures and 6-pack?
Yeah.
So we call that the rule of sixes, but you don't typically see a woman saying.
But I mean,
If they don't see a guy,
He wasn't even done explaining to her what she just previously did not understand. And she's already ready to argue with it.
at 6'5", 6'2", basketball player, NBA, if you don't make over 5K or 12K or however much, it's to the standards. The standards are overwhelming, and I blame social media.
If men and women are equal, why do men always have to step up to women instead of women stepping off their pedestal to meet a man on equal terms?
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
Can you read that one more time? That's a good question.
Why is dating advice typically about coaching men to improve, but never about humbling women to accept more average men like they did in the past?
No, we ain't doing that.
because it's all about pleasing the woman, of course.
Why is this burden placed on men only to become exceptional?
Because pussy is power.
Who assigns this burden?
If you are going to reduce yourself to the objectification of your body, then don't be mad when I do it.
Men or women?
I believe women.
I think women can be a little hard-headed, and I feel like you can kind of coach a man a little bit more, and they want to know what a woman wants.
Why should men be expected to bring more to the table than they ever have in order to please women who bring less to the table than they ever have?
Because the man is the provider, baby.
Why are women typically spoiled beyond their needs while men are typically deprived of their basic needs?
Because women deserve more.
Women deserve more, really. This is what feminism has become. It's not about equality. It's about feminine superiority, supremacy.
Why do women often choose to make lists of what they want in a relationship rather than what they bring to the table?
Because it's women first. The man is there to accommodate for our needs.
Do you think she's joking? She really does believe this, as do so many other women. And then you wonder why they act like this is what they believe. It's because this is what they believe.
What does a woman bring to the table?
Knowledge, common sense, pussy.
Why should men be expected to bring more to the table than they ever have in order to please women who bring less to the table than they ever have?
Social media. Everybody wants to be a Quavo. Everybody wants to have a Birkin bag, and everybody wants to have, Gucci shoes and Gucci flip-flops. Nobody wants to have housing. Nobody wants to have land. Everybody see all these rappers buying everybody everything, and that's what they want. And they don't understand that it's reality. Not everybody can get what Tupac got or Snoop Dogg.
Spot on, bro. Spot on.
Women feel like them opening their legs can be enough to catch a man, so they don't.
The problem is, for a lot of guys, that is enough. So for those of you who are just, you're ruining the dating pool for the rest of us.
Really think that they have to excel sometimes, but I also feel like men also can be complacent where they think being an average Joe, they can get whoever they want if they're good looking.
Coming up with five sisters.
Is that not true? If you're an average Joe, meaning, you don't make all that money, but you're really, really good looking, then you could probably get a lot more girls than the same dude who doesn't look as good as you.
I don't know. I feel like for men, it's our responsibility to spoil women. I don't know where that comes from, but I feel like it's our responsibility just to spoil women, so that's what we do. Sometimes it comes second nature, and sometimes it comes with bad intentions.
What's the difference between understanding women versus analyzing women's behavior?
Understanding women, you got to care about their feelings. Analyzing their behavior is just watching how they act and react to things.
I feel like analyzation comes from a place of observation, and then understanding comes from a place of reflection.
Ooh, I like both of those answers, actually, because it's very easy to pigeonhole other people, whether it's the other gender, whether it's any other group of people. It's very easy to just be, these people are like that. You hear it all the time. To understand the nuances of that, you have to care enough and you have to know enough. So I think both of their answers were great there.
Isn't one more empathetic and the other strategic?
Yes.
So is it wrong to be strategic when it's called a dating game?
Hell yeah, it's the dating game. It gotta be. It's a damn game, man. It gotta be strategic. Shit.
All right.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Don't hate the player. Hate the game.
Yeah, but it doesn't always have to be a game if you're trying to find the right one.
This is the one who's saying it's all about women, 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 women. We got to do this. It's all about the woman. But if you want to find the right one, maybe, as we said before, you're not the best person to give guys dating advice.
What does it mean to have game?
Confidence, something to bring to the table, something to offer the woman, and prove why you're the one. Why do you deserve that woman?
I would love to ask her to answer any of those questions.
Men that are at the higher percentile, they know they have game. So they already know that they're a catch.
Game, I just feel like you have great social skills.
She's been on point all night in the red bikini. She's just been very energetic. I don't know if I would personally like to deal with that much energy, but she has got a good head on her shoulders.
To have game, you gotta have sauce. You gotta be a player. Know what I mean? You gotta know how to talk to him. You gotta let it roll off the tongue the right way. Know what I'm saying?
Nah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? You gotta rub your hands together. Yeah, man, it's like all about that. Nah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, bro. That's game. If you don't know, now you know.
If women want men to just be themselves, why is approaching women a skill men need to learn? Why does it need game?
Because you can't make it awkward, man. It's just like if you approach anybody, you want to have a comfortable conversation, relationship with whoever you're talking to.
The real answer to that is that because some of you are awkward, some of you are creepy, so don't be yourself. Become a better version of yourself, and then go be yourself. Because if you're a creepy, awkward dude, then being yourself is never, ever going to work.
It's the same when women get approached. They also need to learn how to pass the ball back. So that's what makes the game so fun, is when you're an expert at it, not even an expert, but just knowing how to do it playfully and in a good manner.
Why do we keep asking men to have game when approaching women, and instead ask why are modern women so unapproachable?
I don't think it's that modern women are unapproachable. I think it's just more so the way men come off. So it kind of makes us have a guard up, seem like we're unapproachable. But once you get to know us, it's not always like that.
Why would I ever want to get to know you? Everything that you've said has led me to believe that I would never, ever, ever enjoy being in your presence. No, thank you.
Because of the evil men ruining it for the good guys. We get nervous and we don't like to be approached aggressively because the intentions aren't pure a lot of the times. So you got to do it the right way and learn game and be a good guy.
Isn't that, and that's spot on as well, because the dudes who are out here with great game but bad intentions are ruining it for everybody else. So just because you have good intentions, that's not enough. At least not anymore. You got to play the game.
Modern women are just exhausted. Just because like the same
Exhausted or exhausting? Because I can vouch for the second part.
way men are exhausted. Like, it's just unrealistic expectations, standards, so many options that are not really even options. And I just feel like this generation, we're just so focused within ourselves. We're very self-centered.
Many women complain that guys don't appreciate them enough. How do you know whether to blame men for not making enough effort or women for not showing enough gratitude?
I think it goes hand in hand. I think some women get lost and they don't want to show gratitude.
Fair enough.
And I
Fair
feel like they
enough.
don't want to be appreciative of what their man can offer them. And I think that goes vice versa too.
Is it hard to satisfy men or women?
Oh God.
Women. Really?
I feel like it's harder to satisfy women
Okay.
because we always want the best.
At least she got there. At least she got there. Like, come on. Obviously. All men want is peace. 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 That's it.
I blame men for that because sometimes we do get stuck in our ways, and sometimes men, we try to think logically all the time, and sometimes that's not needed. So I blame us for that one.
Is it hard to satisfy men or women?
Women.
So why should men even bother trying to please women if they're never satisfied?
Exactly. That's why I'm single. No, I'm joking. I'm joking, babe. I'm not single. I promise you I'm not. But that's the point. That's exactly.
Telling the truth gonna get you in trouble, bro. Doesn't matter if you're in a relationship anymore. Telling the truth is gonna get you in trouble.
Exactly. I hope she's not watching this.
Dating for women is like shopping, while dating for men is like a job interview that he's paying for.
Correct. It's really right.
Frenchie like the dog, baby like the baby. I'm twisted up.
What convention is this?
And don't try that at home, folks. It's a movie, baby.
All right, guys. So what did you think of that one? Nice little fun party here. Not always getting into the deep stuff, but we still want to talk about stuff that's entertaining. Was I right? Was I wrong? Who was the hottest one in the video? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for partying with me. Until next time, I've been your host, Lutch, a.k.a. The Indian Jesus, here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. Make sure you come check me out live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Until then, I am out of here. Peace.